Hello and happy Monday. As many of you realize, on Thursdays, our staff gathers together in our sanctuary to video a virtual service that we put online for those who are unable yet to attend our live services. It's a lot of work, but it's been a wonderful time for staff and for us to work together. It's actually a labor of love. It's increased the bond that we have amongst ourselves, and I am really blessed to have been able to be part of it. Most of the time, we've been shooting at 9 a.m. each Thursday, and occasionally I have gone through the Burger King drive-thru in Ooltewah to grab a breakfast sandwich on my way to the church. Happens if I'm running a little late. I usually order an egg and cheese croissant. No meat, you know me. On one particular Thursday morning, I made my order and proceeded to the second window to get the sandwich. When I stopped at the window, the lady handed me the bag, and I stuck my hand in my pocket to retrieve my wallet. It wasn't there. This was terribly embarrassing. I explained what was going on and handed the sandwich and the bag back to her through the window, and she said, "Keep it, baby. You can pay me tomorrow." I thanked her profusely and went on my way determined to do just that, pay up tomorrow. Next morning, even though I wouldn't have ordinarily done that on a Friday, I made a special trip to the Burger King drive-thru. I was not going to buy another sandwich, just pay for the one that I'd already eaten the day before. Explaining that to a confused person at the drive-thru portal was a little bit of a challenge. They were not open inside yet. When I arrived at the second window and handed my card to the attendant, I was surprised to see about 5 Burger King employees gathered around the window, smiling at me. "People do not usually come back to pay, baby," the attendant said. "Thank you for doing that." It was gratifying to know that it was appreciated, and also disappointing to remember the reality that seems to be how things are with many people these days. When I was about 10 years old, I made the mistake of complaining about mowing the yard within earshot of my grandmother. She was plenty old and plenty old-fashioned, having been born in the year 1902. "You're a Christian," she said. "What might people think if you have a messy yard?" That bothered me. It didn't make any sense. I'd seen plenty of messy yards, and I never wondered about the beliefs of people who owned them. That's a messy yard. I wonder what church those people go to. I was not convinced. 1 Peter 2, verse 9, as read in the King James Version, uses a term not found in other modern translations. It's the word peculiar, and is not necessarily easily understood within the context of that verse. It reads as follows: "But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who has called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." So are we called to be peculiar? The text says to show forth the praises of our Lord. Nothing mentioned there about telling. This text asks us to show. Perhaps these days it is peculiar to help someone in need. Perhaps it is peculiar to return the nickel that you were overpaid when given change. Maybe it is peculiar to swing back through a drive-thru to pay for a meal that you already ate and hadn't paid for when you were supposed to. And maybe we are witnessing when we do some of these things, even if it doesn't seem like it. And in doing so, we are showing forth the praises of him who calls us out of darkness into his marvelous light. Thanks for watching today. Have a great week.